So earlier this week, about 3 days ago, Merab decided to post a video to Twitter and Instagram showing off that he essentially broke his pinky toe. We covered it on the channel, right? And I said, well, Merab is going to end up pulling out. The commission is not going to let bro fight with a broken toe. Even though when he fought Umar in Vegas, they let him fight, even though my boy had a staph infection and a back injury. New Jersey's commission is a little bit more stricter than Las Vegas commission, allegedly. I'm not a pro fighter, so I have no idea. But allegedly, New Jersey's commission is a lot more stricter, right? So I made the assumption that, hey, Merab broke his pinky toe, something that is essential to balance and, you know, pretty much just balance, honestly. Just balance. Pinky toe's only essential to balance. He lost his pinky toe 2 weeks leading up to the fight. Now, Merab said, you know what? I'm just going to cut this. I'm just going to cut it off. You know, I don't need it. I'm just going to cut it off. I thought, hey, that's a great idea. The fight's 2 weeks away. By the time you cut it off and glue it closed, it should be healed. It should be healed, right? You don't want to go in there with a fractured pinky toe knowing that Sean O'Malley is going to foot stomp you, right? That's not a good idea. So I'm scrolling YouTube, you know, and I'm keeping my eye out for the content like I normally do because, you know, we post every day over here. And I see ESPN MMA dropped some Merab Dvalishvili solo interview. So I'm like, that's a little weird. You know, if he wasn't gonna fight, they wouldn't have dropped the interview. You know, I'm assuming that this was recorded previously to him breaking his foot. You know, it was not breaking his toe. It was not mentioned in the interview at all. I mean, I don't even think they would have mentioned it just because, like, the commission might be able to see. The commission definitely saw that video of Merab's foot, by the way. If I saw it, the commission saw it, 1,000%. But seeing that they dropped this video just confirms to me, oh, they don't give a fuck about Merab. They just let Merab essentially do whatever he wants, right? They let Merab do just does whatever he wants. Do you guys remember all of these things that Merab had? Merab had a leg injury before he fought Umar. Merab was cutting off his own stitches. You know what I'm saying? He had a broken toe. Merab's just full of injuries. Merab's full of injuries. And we're going to play this clip that came out of that interview that I just showed you guys with ESPN MMA and Merab. We're going to listen to what Merab has to say. It's a little bit interesting. It's about my boy's pacing in the UFC, about how many fights he wants left in 2025. Go right ahead.
Yeah, after I beat Umar, UFC called me and asked me if I want to fight either in April, which is here in Miami, or June in New Jersey. And I say yes to June in New Jersey because two reasons. First reason, this way Sean has more time to recovery, and the second reason is New Jersey is like it's gonna be like my home because I used to live in New York, I used to training there, I still represent my Sierra Longo team, and lots of
Listen, Merab, you're a kind man. He said, listen, I will give Sean a few more months just so he could recover a little bit more. You didn't really injure him. You just hurt his pride. You just killed bro's pride. You know, he was supposed to be the next up and comer, the biggest striker, all creative striking coming from Sean O'Malley, and you just kind of sat here and just wet blanket on top of the flame. And hey, I love you, Merab. You're my GOAT. But don't sit here and pander to these motherfuckers and be like, you know what? I'll take a fight 2 months later so Sean could be at 100%. Man, fuck Sean. Fuck Peter Yan. Those dudes don't care about you, bro. You see how they had you fight Merab. I mean, you see how they had you fight Umar. They were like, I don't care if you have a staph infection. Pull up. Let's go. Ali Abdelaziz was in that office with Dana White telling Dana White what to do, making them plays. So don't sit here and pander and cater to Sean O'Malley and his team. I understand it's nice seeing that Tim Welch is calling you one of the best bantamweights of all time, which is basically what Merab is, like zero cap. But who the fuck wants their coach talking about their opponent like that? If I'm going to fight Merab, I don't want you in interviews talking about how he's the greatest bantamweight of all time. Like, that's mega out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys get where I'm coming from with that? But I'm just confused on how they're allowing Merab to fight with a broken toe. Now, also, a question that I have is, Merab posted a video today, May 19th. Oh, it's not Wow, I got completely bamboozled. I thought that he posted this today. We're going to watch it anyway because I literally sat here, boys, for like 5 minutes watching it in slow motion, trying to look at his right foot to see if there was any swelling or anything. We're going to play it. Literally right here. Right here, I was playing this at like 0.5 speed, 0.25 speed. Boom. I was trying to see, like, is that toe a little bit swollen? Did he fake the injury? But now that I'm seeing the date, my boy did not fake the injury. My boy did not fake the injury. He wakes up as Aljo. Man, shout out to Merab and Aljo. Best duo. Best MMA fighting duo since the Diaz brothers, I guess. You know, I fuck with Merab and Aljo. I really do. They're a great duo. They both have higher levels of respect for each other. Think about it. If Aljo was never the champion, or if Merab just didn't have that level of respect for Aljamain Sterling, Merab would have been the champ. Let's be real. Merab run through Aljamain Sterling with zero problem. Absolutely zero problem. And if I'm being 1,000, Merab runs through Sean O'Malley with a broken toe. He does. He runs right through him. Look what he did to Umar. Look what he did to Umar with a staph infection and a back injury. He ran through him. He emoted on him more than 3 times. For this Sean O'Malley fight, we were going over 3.5 emotes in the whole fight for Merab. Over 3.5 emotes for Merab. You know, that counts as the woo or the woo or him kissing Sean's back. We're going to see something spectacular. Something spectacular for sure. I'm just very curious on why he's allowed to fight with a broken toe. I feel like Dana just wants to get bro out of here. Like, I know Sean O'Malley is the company's, like, star boy, right? But at a point, you kind of have to be fair to everybody. You can't just be like, well, Merab, you can't pull out, right? You can't pull out with a broken toe and you're the champion and you're letting us know 2 weeks in advance. But Arman, you can pull out, even though we essentially built a whole pay-per-view around you. Location is for you, because, you know, but that's neither here nor there. You know, there's a lot of selective politicking going on in the UFC, like always. But it doesn't matter. Merab's going to run through this challenge like he ran through Umar, like he ran through Peter Yan. He's a savage. No injury stop, bro. I've seen bro do pull-ups on cliffs, dive into lakes that were frozen over, okay? Merab is that boy. He's the GOAT. Pound for pound #1 fighter on the whole roster is Merab. Nobody has fought previous championship holders, more previous championship holders than Merab. That's a fact. Nobody on the active roster who is a champion right now has had harder fights than Merab. Islam's hardest fight was Charles Oliveira. Islam's hardest fight within his own division was Charles Oliveira, who he fought for the belt back in what? 2022? 3 years ago? Okay? Then his hardest fight after that is Volk, a dude from 145 who in my opinion whooped his ass. Let's be real. I don't know how we got on Islam. But Merab is #1 pound for pound. He is. There's nobody better on the roster than Merab. Maybe Pantoja. But if you put Pantoja and Merab into a room, Merab's walking right out of that room in 25 minutes. After he's done slamming Pantoja on his head 50 times. You know what I'm saying? Merab, you breaking your toe does not change that I'm betting on you. It doesn't. I'm a Merab fan through and through. We're here through the ups and we're here through the downs, okay? You better go out there and show everybody what the machine can do. Fuck the pinky toe. I hope you already cut it off. I hope they glued it shut, maybe stapled it shut. Dude, it's 2 weeks away. You can heal up in 2 weeks, okay? Well, now it's 13 days away, okay? That video dropped on Friday, okay? So that was 15 days away. You could have definitely cut off the pinky toe, glued it shut, nailed it shut, and it would have been healed. It would be healed in like 6 days, 7 days, 8 days time. Okay? All right? Are we all clear and green here? Merab, this injury does not change how I look at you 2 Saturdays from now. Okay? There's going to be a Merab interview. I'm speaking it into existence. There's going to be an IRL Merab interview dropping on this channel next week. We're going to run into Merab at that fighter hotel. That's a Fendi fact. Any of you fighters have an issue with me, come get up with me. I'll be at the fighter hotel. I'll see y'all there. Anyways, boys, I'm out of here. Catch y'all later.